Hello, welcome to part 25 of API testing training series. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate about HTTP status codes. So, let's get started. In the previous session, I explained about the HTTP methods. Now, one more thing regarding the APIs I'm going to cover in this session, that is status codes, HTTP status codes. Okay. So what are these HTTP status codes? There are several HTTP status codes. Okay. So if you want to see the full list, this is a URL, guys. Okay, from webfx.com. Let's go to this URL. Let me open this URL for you, where the complete list of HTTP status codes are provided. You see, 1x. They can be categorized, guys. Okay, these HTTP status codes can be categorized into several types like 1x series, 2x series, 3x series, 4x series, and 5x series. Here also they have categorized 1x, 1xx information. That is 100, 101, 102. 2xs series. Okay, which is first series is informational series. As you can see here, here also 1x series is information or informational series. Second one is success series. Third one is redirection series. Fourth one is client error series. Fifth one is server error series. Okay. So 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x series. Okay. So for example, 1x series will be like 100, 101, 102. 2x will be like 200, 201, 202, 203, 204. Each and everything has a meaning, guys. So do we have to learn each and every the status codes which are categorized into 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x? No, it's not required. Okay. So whatever that we have to learn from this, okay? For whenever you require, you come to this page and then you can use it like a dictionary where a particular status code is coming for you, which you have never heard of or never learned of before. For that, you just come here. For example, suddenly you got 207. You are not getting like what exactly is this 207, okay? While working with API testing or whatever it is. So generally 207 won't come. Okay, 207 is not a popular one. But if in case, rare case, you get the 207, just come to this page, guys, and then search for 207 and click on this multi-status 207 multi-status, and all the information regarding the 207 will be here. You just go read this and understand. Okay, because there are several status codes available here. It's not easy for us to uh, remember or by heart or okay or uh, find out what exactly each and every status code is all about. Okay, so what I have done is, so whatever the in day to day real time whatever the status codes that we come across, right, in general, those status codes related information I've put it here, though there are several status codes. We don't have to learn all of them, as I already mentioned. So under 1x series, you don't even have to learn a single status code. Okay, but category wise, 1x series belongs to the informational. They just provide the information, guys. Okay, the purpose is to provide the information. And 2x series is about success series. Okay, whatever the API request we have done is successful or not. Okay, so based on that, this is dependent 2xs series. Okay, so under 2xs series, there are several status codes, guys. Okay, under 2xs series, there are several status codes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total 10 status codes are there, but you just have to learn these three things. That are enough. Okay, in real time, we come across these three status codes. Okay, so fine. So what are this? 200 is mostly you'll come across 200, guys. Okay, mostly you will come out. Okay, this is an important 2x series is important. 1x series is not that important because you will not come across such kind of status codes anywhere. Okay, very rare you will get come across, but 2x you will come across when you work with API testing in real time. So 200, 201, 204, which are important. Okay, which are important. Okay, this is a success related series. Okay, so let's see about this 200 when we get this 200 and all those stuff. Okay, so 200 means okay, success. Okay, everything is fine. The server has successfully processed the request. Okay, whatever the request you have made, the server has successfully processed the request and provided the response. Okay, when the server has properly processed the which method, the API request having the get method, we generally get this status code. Okay, so I don't have to teach you about get method because it's already covered in the previous session. Okay, just watch the previous session of the same training series. Different HTTP methods I covered here. Okay, like get and all those stuff. Okay, so anyhow, this is all about status codes now. Whenever you use this get method and server has successfully proper process this API request having the get method. Okay, we'll get this okay success as the response. Okay, we generally get this status code in the response. So we'll see one example for that. Okay, we'll see one example for that. For that, let me take you to the request.in website that we are using from the beginning. Okay, so here list users. Okay, get method is there. So I'll open this in new tab so that we'll get the entire URL. Okay, so this is the API request, guys. API request. I'll go to the postman, click on this plus icon, and here I'll paste the API request, and here get method need to be selected. If not selected, just select the get method. Okay, that's it. What else we have to do? Nothing. Okay, it's the get method having this API request, and when I click on send in the page to whatever the list of users are there, they will come in the response. But the status code, since the server has properly processed this, successfully processed this get method request, okay, we'll get a proper response. Send this. You see 200. Okay, we got the response. Okay, we got the response. All the list of users per page 6 users, total 6 users came here in the response, and here status is 200. Okay, which is saying that server has successfully processed your request. Okay, 200 means okay success. Server has successfully or properly processed the get method request. Then only you will get this 200. Most of the cases you will get 200. Okay. Okay. Most of the API testing when you do right, you will get 200. Okay as a response. The response. Next, next status code we have is 201, guys. That we have to learn. These are the important ones, guys. Okay, we have to remember 200. We have to remember 201. 201 comes when you create something using the post request. Not compulsory that it has to come. Okay, there post request will create different status codes, but in some cases you will get this 201 created. Okay, as a status code in the response. It also means success only, right? Created. If you want to add a user and user got created, that means successful, right? So created. To just specify the successfulness, 201 created. It falls into the success category, guys. Okay, when you create an item using post method request, we generally get this status code. Okay, again let's go to the request dot in, and here we have something known as create, guys. Click on the create. You got 201 here. Okay, 201 means successful. Successful, guys. Okay, successfully created. Successfully created. When an item that need to be created has been successfully created, then you will get 201 created the response. Okay, so let's do that. Let's open this in new tab and copy this. Okay, copy this and paste it here. It's not enabled. Net. Here we have. Okay, yeah, I modified that. I have to change it to post. So along with that, do I have to do anything else? Create, right? Create. Along with this request, I have to send this name and job. Okay, go to the body, select raw, select JSON, and then paste the body. Okay, name and job, and now click on send. Name, whatever the name we gave, and the job, whatever the job we gave, and ID got created at this time. 201 created came. Success. This means successfully created, guys. Okay, successfully created. This is one example of the successfully created. I cannot give example for each and every status code, but for the important ones which we generally work in real time, right? I'll definitely give examples. Okay, like the way I gave the example for 200, 201, I'll give you the examples for remaining also, if that is important status code. Okay, remaining you all have to experience in the real time naturally. Okay, 204. 204 means it's not bad, guys. Okay, it's saying no content. It's also successful only. 200, 201, 204 falls into the success category only. It it means no content. Okay, so whatever the request you created has been processed, but there is nothing to provide in response. Okay, there is no content that need to be provided in response. For example, you try to delete something, you try to delete a user. When you delete a user, what will come in the response? Content will not come in the response. Empty reply will come. Okay, nothing to be replied by server, but the resource got deleted as I expected. The job is done, but nothing to reply in response. Okay, it's not an error. Do not for no content means some people may get confused saying that, okay, get confused that do not for no content means it's an error. It is not working properly. They may think, but it's not an error, guys. It is a successful category only. The content got deleted, let's say. Okay, most of the cases you will get this kind of status code during deleting. Okay, if you delete something, okay, that particular thing got deleted. What is there for the server to reply back to the client? Right? There's nothing to be replied. It's not an error. There is no content to reply, but the task has been done. To specify the task has been done, 204 is provided. That is success is provided. Okay. So let me give an example for this delete now, where you get 201. So here we have delete, guys. Okay. this is 204, guys. Sorry, 204. Okay, I'll open this. So simply go to this API and change the request. And where is that? Delete, 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 delete. That's it. Delete user. Just click on that. Delete this particular user having this two number or whatever it is. Okay. You don't need this none. You just change the body to none because you don't have to pass anything. Just select this and just here change the method HTTP method to delete method. Okay. So this particular resource need to be deleted, but server has to not provide anything in the response. Instead, this particular resource has been properly deleted. Further, we should get a proper status code, that is 204. Okay, no content kind of status code. 204 no content status code should come, and there should not be anything in the response actually. Okay, so this kind of things. This is an example, guys. This is an example. Okay, for whatever I am explaining now for 204, which comes in success category where successfully deleted. There is nothing to be given as response in the by the server to the back to the client. Okay, no content will be given. Okay, it's not an error, guys. It's a success thing only. Okay, so these are 2x series, guys. These are the three important status codes everyone has to remember. Okay, maybe in the interviews also they'll ask you what is explain about 200 status code, 201 status code, 204 status code. You should remember all these things and you should be in a position to explain with an example. Okay, so this 2x series is important, guys. Okay, out of 1 2 3 4 5, 2x is also one of the important things. Okay, 2x is one of the important. Then we have 3x series. 3x stands for redirection, guys. It's not an important series, but we have to remember few status codes even though it's not important. Okay, 2x is very important, but 3x is not that much important as 2x. But we generally come across this kind of thing in the real time. Okay, 301, 302, 307 will get. So 301. Let's talk about 301, guys. More permanently. Okay, so there is a website, guys. Okay, which is having some domain name. Okay, so let's say seleniumhq.org was the older website name. Now what they have done is they have moved to selenium.dev. Okay, Selenium guys have moved to selenium.dev. New website domain they have created. Okay, earlier they have the seleniumhq.org as part of their right, becoming more latest and all. They changed their name to simple selenium.dev instead of hq and all. They simply gave selenium.dev there. Okay, this is an old website URL, and we have a new website URL. If you directly hit selenium.dev, nothing, there is no redirection. Directly you'll go to the new website only. Okay, because you directly hit selenium.dev. But if you give seleniumhq.org, which is an old, earlier people used to access the Selenium official website using seleniumhq.org. But now if you press enter here, when you browse this URL, older URL here, what's happening is it's not giving you page not found or something. Okay, what they have done is they have moved it permanently, guys. Okay, this will get, when you browse for this, you will be taken to the latest website only still. Okay, old website taking you to the new website only. They have not deleted the old website. They have made the old website to take you to the new website when you still browse the older website. Okay, so if I just right click inspect here, click on network tab, clear all this stuff and just press enter here, guys. Okay, seleniumhq.org you browse, but it has taken you to the new website because it has been permanently moved. It has been permanently moved. You got the status code, guys. 301 status code you got. You see, 301 redirect or status code you got. It's moved permanently. Okay, so older website URL when you browse, it's taking you to the newer website URL selenium.dev because it is permanently moved. So in such cases you will get 301, guys. Okay, so it's very difficult to find the examples, guys. Okay, I got one example, so I gave it here. Okay, if the website is more permanently to a new location with a different domain name you are accessing and all, even though you try the older domain name and website URL in the address, it is taking you to the new website URL automatically. This is called as 301. In the response we got 301 as a status code. 301 status code in the response. Okay, now 302. 302 means found. Okay, website taking you to another website. Okay, a website is taking you to another website. When you browse one website, it's taking you to a different website. Okay, so there may be some real-time situations which occur where the website is no more pointing to its current resources. Rather, the website has been taken over by other website or whatever it is. It redirects you to the another website. Okay, so such kind of cases 302 phone. Okay, 302 phone. I cannot give an example here because this one you have to experience in the real time. 307 temporarily redirected. Okay, for a while. For a while you are redirecting. It is not a permanent redirection. These are all redirections only, guys. 301, 302, 307 you'll get in the form of redirection, but in real time you'll get all the status codes. But for now, I don't only have the example for 301. For 302, 307, I don't have any example to show you. Okay, this you have to experience in the real time. Remaining status code you have to experience in the real time. Okay, for temporary redirection, this one. Okay, a website taking you to another website, this one. A website which has been permanently moved and taking you to the new website on browsing the old website URL is a 301 moved permanent redirection. Okay, these are three status code you have to remember: 301, 302, 307. Remaining status codes you don't have to remember. Now coming to the 4x series, 4x series is all about client errors. Okay, client side mistakes. Okay, client side errors. So these are also important, guys. Important series. Okay, 2x is important, 4x is important, and 5x is also server error is also important, guys. Okay, so 4x and 5x and 2x, 2, 4, 5 are important. Okay, so remaining are not that important, but you have to remember few status codes whatever I am providing in the status codes session. Okay, 4x series client side client errors. Okay, most of the defects will come from this 4x series only. More important one, out of all the status codes that we have in the 4x series, these are the important ones. Okay, 400, 400, 401, 403, 404. Okay, you have to remember 400. You can buy hat also if required. 200, 201, 204, 301, 302, 307, 400, 401, 403, 404. Okay, it is a bad request. 400 means bad request, guys. I'll give an example for this. Okay, malformed request syntax, invalid request messaging framing. There are several ways you will get this bad request kind of thing. When the request syntax is wrong, or when you are giving invalid request message, okay, whatever the request, along with the request, whatever the message you are passing is wrongly framed. Okay, so for example, mistake in the request body. So this one will take. We'll go to the request.in. Let's find it out where exactly it is. Yeah, name job, right? Name job. Okay. So this one I'll open. It is opening, guys. 1 minute. Let me close all this stuff. So this one I'll open in new tab. Copy this. Go to Postman. Paste it here. Paste it here properly. And this one is a create post one. Okay, just change it to post, whatever the documentation is there accordingly, post. And here you have to provide this request in the body. Okay, go to body, select raw, paste it here, select JSON. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, just to get this 400 client side error, I just going to remove this comma symbol from here. Okay, so if comma symbol is there, it will properly create, guys. 201 created came and you see the proper response came. But here what I'm trying to do is I'm removing the comma here. So malformed, right? It is malformed request message. Okay, intentionally we are doing some mistake here. This time 400 bad request came. Okay, we got 400 bad requests because there is a mistake in the request message. Okay, you removed comma intentionally. This is one example, guys. There are several situations where you will get the 400 bad request, but this is one example. Okay, then we have 401, guys. 401. 401, 401. This you generally get when you give invalid authentication credentials. Okay, when you give invalid credentials, right, automatically you'll get this unauthorized. Okay, so when you try to log in and when you give valid credentials, it will take you login page. After login, you will get logged into the account. But what if you give unauthorized credentials, like invalid credentials or whatever it is? In that case, you will get 401. I don't have an example for this because this you have to experience in real time. Not all applications will follow this 401 unauthorized. Okay, even every application has a login functionality. Just by providing authentication, invalid credentials, authentication credentials, don't think that you'll get 401 always. Okay, it depends on the developer, guys. Depends on the developers which status code to be displayed in the response. If in your application, whatever you are testing and the developer is really following this 401, you will naturally come across that. But you have to remember that 401 will come when unauthorized, when you give unauthorized credentials. Okay, only in that possibility you'll get 401 status code. Okay, like these are all errors, guys. 400 error. Okay, bad request error. 401 unauthorized error. 403 is forbidden. Forbidden means credentials may be correct, but you are not authorized to do that activity. Okay, only admin can create a teacher, but teacher is trying to create another teacher. Okay, in the school application, let's say. So in that case, forbidden. It's not allowed. Okay, valid credentials but don't have such access to do such kind of things. Okay, everyone don't have, every role will not have everything to do something, right? So 403 forbidden. Okay, then 404 not found. Last one is 404 not found. Okay, when the endpoint is not found in the server, guys. Okay, modify the request URL to discover this. For example, here I'll go here, and here in the API I'll just enter some random thing and click on send. It will bad request it is giving because it is still there. Let's do one thing. I'll take a very simple example. Okay, rather than going with that, I'll go with this URL. I'll change the URL and I'll say get. Okay, now in the API, somewhere here I'll just give some text and click on send. Here also 400 bad request is coming. Where exactly I can do the mistake. Modify the request URL to an endpoint is not found in the server. Okay. If I give this, I'll not get anything, I guess. Could not send request. Okay. End request is not available. Something is there. So we'll do one thing. I'll just delete this. I'll click on plus, add it again, get method. But here I'll give improper text. Okay. Click on send. Let's see. 404 not found. Okay. 404 not found. Yeah, 404 not found. Okay, this is an error, guys, when the endpoint is not found in the server. Okay, this particular request, okay, having this invalid text is not found. This endpoint is not correct. Okay, endpoint is not available in the server, so the server can process or something, because endpoint is not there means server will not be hit, right, with this request. So modify the request URL to discover this. I modified the request URL. Freshly I have to do this, guys. Otherwise, old instances will confuse us. Okay, 404 not found. I gave you an example just now. Okay, you got 404 not found. Okay, I gave the examples for 400 and 404. 401, 403, you have to naturally experience. And in this client error category, 4x series also, we have less important ones, that is 405, 422, and 417. Let's quickly recap this. Let's quickly go through this list. Okay, you don't have to remember this 405, 422, 417. Okay, if you can remember, that's all good. But the main things that you have to compulsory remember is 400, 401, 403, 404, not found. Okay, but coming to 405, method not found. Okay, so you see different applications support only few methods. Okay, but you try to what you call use some methods, http methods, which are not supported by that particular application. In that case you'll get this 405. I don't have any particular example to show you guys, because as part of security reasons, most of the applications will not uh, allow you to discover the methods that are supported by them. Okay, so that's the reason you may not be able to see this in real time. Okay, so but just for knowledge purpose, you have to understand 405 will come if in case application is okay to display the list of methods, http methods it is supported by the application, then you may get this kind of, but it is very rare, right? But knowledge wise you have to learn it. Okay, method not found. Use options to find all the methods. In the HTTP methods related session, I covered about options, right? For one of the example application, they are providing. Okay, so Postman Echo was providing the different supported methods. Okay, in the results, in the response. Okay, so use options to find all the methods supported by the application. If you don't remember about the options HTTP method, you can watch my previous video of this series. You will find it. Okay, then after getting these options and try to find the methods which are not supported and try to hit the URLs and see whether we are getting this kind of request or not. Okay, so but you have to experience this naturally in real time. Okay, use a method which is not supported by it to get this status code. Okay, it's not compulsory to get this status code. Okay, depends on the developers, guys. Okay, developers may not provide this status code for you to see. If in case the developers are like junior developers and all non-experienced developers, right, you may sometimes come across this kind of okay status code. 422, unprocessable entity. Okay, there's no mistake from your side, guys, but what you have, for example, you have to upload only png images. Okay, the application will allow you to, let's say there is a functionality in the application which will allow you to upload only png type images, but you upload jpeg images or any other mp4 images or mpg file types or word document files or whatever it is, which is unsupported media type, right? In that case you'll get this kind of 422. I don't have an example to show you practically, but okay, so this status code you will get when you try to upload something which is not, which is some support which is unsupported file type you are trying to upload, then server will not be able to process that type because png is expected and you are giving jpeg or uh, docx, okay, or xlsx or whatever it is, and application is unable to process. So in that case it will give you the client error saying 422. Okay, it's not supported file type. Then we have 417. Okay, 405, 422, 417. Last one is 417 under less important category. Expeditions failed. Here you see the file type is PNG only, but the maximum size is 500 MB, but you are uploading more than 500 MB. Okay, the size constraints are there in the application. Application is not allowing you to upload more than 500 MB, but you try to upload more than 500 MB, then you got this 417. Okay, less important. Okay, so client side error, client errors, more important and less important I covered just now. Under more important we have 400, 401, 403, 404. Under less important we have 405, 417, 422. So next one is a 5x series, that is server error. Okay, this is also important series I told you. Server side. Okay, here the errors are coming from the client side, but here the errors are coming from the server side. Okay, so max defects 70 to 80% of the defects generally come from the server errors. Okay, uh, server error series 500. Generally, we come across this in real time when we work with API. Most of the times, when that particular API request is not giving a proper response, or so, we generally get 500 server error. Okay, internal server error. Due to some XYZ reason, server is not able to not working properly. Okay, your request is fine. The server, but there is a problem with the server, guys. Okay, server side there is some error. Okay, because of the error, we are not getting a proper response. Not recommended in automation. We generally don't automate this kind of 500 things because no one expects 500, right? Application has to work seamlessly without giving 500. But who will automate this kind of APIs? Okay, API requests which are giving 500, no one will automate. Everyone will try to automate something which need to give proper responses. Okay, so but no one expects the server to give you some error, some from the server side. Okay, server should work properly. Not recommended, hence not we do, API can be automated, guys. Different API requests can be automated, but the API request giving 500 cannot be automated. Okay, not recommended in automation. We have to test 5x series manually only, guys. Okay, there's no way of okay. So this one also you have to experience naturally, guys. Okay, suddenly you'll get a red color page saying 500 internal server error and some message will come. Okay, in that case you'll get server error. Okay, fine. So most of the things I gave you the examples, guys. For a few things I didn't give the example. Okay, so you have to experience in real time naturally. Okay, but this is all about the status codes, guys. Okay, in the all the status codes, the status codes list is like a dictionary, dictionary of the numbers, status code numbers, and you don't have to remember each and everything. Okay, only few things you have to remember. Only that important things are compulsory. You have to remember. Even though I have provided something under non-important category here, you have to remember them, but as a next priority. Okay, first important category is 2x, 4x, 5x series, whatever the important category of status codes I gave, right? 500 here, 400, 401, 403, 404, and here 200, 201, 204. These are the important status codes that everyone should remember. Okay, you may get these questions in the interviews. Okay, this is all about the status codes, guys. This is all about the status codes, HTTP status codes, which you come across while working with A/B test. Okay, so hope guys you understood the different important HTTP status codes that you have to remember while working with API testing. You have to remember because if you are a real API tester, right, you generally come across such kind of status codes very often, and the interviewers will generally, they can estimate that, okay, if you remember the status codes means that you have really worked on API testing, otherwise you have not really worked on the API testing. Hence you have to remember whatever the important status codes I have mentioned in this session. So that's all for this session. In the next session, I'm going to explain another API testing concept for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.